I definitely lost track of time playing with StreamYard's brand themes.
I mean, we're only late by like a second. I can't get this thing off the freaking screen. Okay, there we go. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Office Hours. I'm Sto. Nora is over there. Welcome to episode 51. It's been a minute. I hope everyone's doing well. I meant to look this up, but it's been a really long time since we've done
like a month
anything Office Hours related, really, between Twitter and here. But Nora, how you doing? What you been up to the last month or so?
I think one of the things, though, you and I are good at is taking our own advice. And so we canceled the spaces, canceled an Instagram live, pushed back this episode at least once so that we could self-care and rest. And so it's been some ups and some downs. I've realized that I love Halloween. I'm like super into Halloween because it's all about community and creativity and the redistribution of resources. So I'm good. I pushed dressed up. I took them trick-or-treating. It was really cute. So I'm today right now. I'm here and I'm good. How are you doing, Sto?
I'm doing good. Just a lot of stuff been going on and stuff like that, obviously. But yeah, glad that we're back for another episode, though.
And it's an exciting episode because we're talking about one of my favorite platforms, Discord. So how much do you use Discord? Like what's your kind of connection to it as we get into the conversation?
Right. Dang, do you think we should define it for, like, let people know what it is before we talk about our experience with it? I'm not sure.
Sure.
Because you know about this, I think you're a bit deeper into Discord than I am. I'm definitely in there. I probably have been on the platform longer, but I feel like you have been active on the platform longer, doing cooler things and stuff like that on the platform. I pretty much have been using it as like an observer. So
the best way I can describe Discord is it's essentially a message board with different channels for different kinds of conversations. And those can be like real-time video, chat, text. And I think of it, and this is the way that so I have a Discord for Culture Fix. For those of you who don't know, Culture Fix is a global network of artists and activists and entrepreneurs who use their platforms for social change that I've been running since 2014. And so our Discord is kind of the base. And I think the link for that will be in the episode description if y'all want to check it out. But our Discord is the place where like everybody comes together. They have different conversations. So there's different channels for different things. A channel for resource sharing, a channel for jobs, a channel for people to promote their own projects. We host events on there. So Discord, at its most simple basic, is a message board. People join your server, which is like your kind of board. And then they can participate in different channels and have conversations. They can directly message each other. They can, post things, share things, but it's not mediated by any algorithm.
Right.
So that's a key piece of Discord is I, as like an admin, can tag everybody. So people get notifications. Right. Everyone who's subscribed to your server will get a notification. Otherwise, if they check the server, they'll see what's happening. They can get, see the conversations and stuff. So it's really up to the admins and the people who are in the server to participate, to get as much or as little information as they want. But there's no algorithm that mediates it. There's no, there's nothing like that comes between you and the participants. So for me, Discord is really like a clubhouse on the internet and a place, or like homeroom back in the day. You go, you get all your news, you check in with people, you go and live on the internet and do the other things, and you can keep kind of coming back to Discord as a home base. So I don't know if that's like the clearest way to explain it, but the most like simple way that I can explain Discord to people.
Right. And I mean, I think you did a great job. It really is just it gives you, the user, a chance to build your own community.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask a follow-up question here in a second. But it again, and I actually am realizing I do have a server. I just have never really like put it out there because it was way too much work and stuff like that. But again, we've talked about this in the 50 plus episodes all the time. It is so important to get in front of the audience that you're trying to have either build community with or buy your product or discuss things. And again, like Nora said, it doesn't have to just be around music. Again, just like a lot of our episodes, a lot of the advice and usability extends way outside music. I know for me personally, I go to a lot of gaming discords, some writing discords that do like writing prompts and stuff like that. Like anything you could possibly, photography, I've seen almost everything. And we'll get into some examples here in a bit, but you can really use Discord to build out that community. And the people that we talk about this too all the time, the psychological side of things, like when you're doing promotion or whatever, but the people that are in your Discord, those are the people that are most likely like the most engaged, your biggest fans. Those that the people most likely to engage with you and talk with you and discuss things with you. They're not just spectators. Like I feel like, a lot of social media I feel like pushes like, yeah, they're following you, but they're not really actively involved. Discord, you're actively involved. You're talking with other people, and it builds community, not just in terms of supporting whatever you have going on, but they're building that community with each other. And stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think that's one of the, so it's like two things, right? When people are actively participating in something, their cognitive response to it changes. So now it's not your thing and I don't care what happens to it, it's our thing and I want to protect it, I want to take care of it, I want it to grow. So there's that psychological buy-in. Excuse me. And then people, when they feel that ownership, they start to invite other people in.
Exactly.
So it's like saying, yo, I'm going to this place after school, come with me. So we started the Culture Fix Discord in February of this year. So that's like 8 months ago or something like that, right? What are we, November? 9 months ago. Mind you, I am not a tech person at all. Like y'all know, I don't even have a website because that stresses me out so much. But it's super simple, super accessible. And what's happened, we just reached over 100 people the other day on our Discord. So in less than a year, we've grown so rapidly. And part of the reason we've grown so rapidly is because community members are inviting their friends and are telling other people. And so it gives your fans or your audience a way to bring people into your fandom. Right? It gives people a way to say, I know this great person and you should be listening to their music too. And so it gives fans a way where they can take responsibility almost for you and bring people in. And that's, a lot of you want organic growth. That's part of how organic growth happens.
Exactly. And perfect follow-up question to this, because I think some artists sometimes miss this part of it all. But why is that community piece so important, especially now?
That's where the emotion lies. That's where, especially now, where people are burnt out, they're stressed. Like we're literally watching. I say this every episode. I feel like we've said it since the beginning of office hours, but like the world is slowly falling apart. People are losing their shit, and so having a place where you can come to and be like, yo, I'm losing my shit. Or,
right.
Hey, I had a rough day at work. Can you send me cat memes? Or whatever it might be. That community piece helps people feel grounded, helps people feel connected. And when you feel grounded and connected from that place, right, from that place of not being in like trauma and stress and anxiety all the time, but in that space of being present, grounded, connected, you can support, you can amplify, you can experience music, you can, do all of that kind of stuff. So that community piece is really, 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 really important, especially now when fans want more from their fan. It's not enough for you to make a good song. Fans want more. And y'all, when I say community, I know a lot of artists, and this comes up even when Sto and I talk about newsletters,
Right.
starting a newsletter, people are like, well, I don't have enough subscribers, or that's okay.
Right.
I
It really
started
is.
this Discord with like 3 or 4 people. But if you just keep consistently showing up, consistently like making people feel good, making people feel welcome, making people feel seen, heard, understood, they will keep coming back. And then they'll bring their friends. So I really, especially for those of you who are like early in your careers and starting out, or maybe even mid-career where you feel like you've been it for too long to not pull the bigger numbers and you feel maybe embarrassed or ashamed, which is like, don't feel that way. It's, whatever. But that, just keep putting in the work and the community will grow, but don't overlook the small numbers. And shout out to Candace,
Right.
who says, hello. Oh, this is so sweet. Candace says, hello, fellow community members, here to feel grounded, just like you said. We're so glad you're here, Candace.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, again, that community piece is what allows them to feel involved on a deeper level. I'm pretty much just repeating what Nora said, but it's not enough to just make a banger and stuff like that. People want to feel connected to, and again, I say this all the time, but think about the people that you're a fan of. It's literally not just because of they made this really cool song. Like, sure, that maybe that's an introduction or whatever, but the actual support, the actual fandom and stuff like that comes from the connection that we feel to the artists that we're listening to and stuff like that. So, if you're really just out here just throwing links on these platforms, it's not enough. And not enough to get someone to be like, okay, let me put my hard-earned money down, or let me actually get involved with what's happening here, because some artists are just treating their fans like streaming farms instead of human beings.
Well, and the Discord, similar to a newsletter, also gives you a space to as Sto said earlier, to really see who the most active, the most engaged are, and then to reward them. So at Culture Fix, for example, we do events that are just for our Discord community. We've done listening parties with Finac, where that's free and open to whoever is tied into our existing communities. Or we'll do first ticket release sales on first ticket sales release on
Yeah, you got it.
like, we did an event that had limited spots, so we made those spots available to the Discord first, or offer discounts to the Discord, or so it's
Right.
it's a way to build, community is about us group versus them group dynamics, right? The Discord is a place for you to really see who your us is in a way that like Instagram doesn't let you, TikTok doesn't let you, Twitter doesn't let you.
Right.
And then you can reinforce that, hey, thank you. Hey, you're special. Hey, I see you, by doing things. And it doesn't have to be major and big, but doing things that
Right.
really reinforce that sense of like, I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm doing something exclusive and VIP, so to speak, for you. And so Discord gives you a lot of space to play with those kinds of events and activities, which then make people feel more special, more appreciated. And then it's just this like lovely feedback loop of positive affirmation once you get in that community space.
And again, like going back to Nora's point on, with numbers and stuff like that, like all of your followers are most likely not going to join your Discord, and that is okay. And there could be a billion different reasons, but as you're noticing people supporting you on social media, regardless of the platform, like that's when you can, start sending out your Discord and stuff like that. And again, even if it just starts with like 5 people, like everything can't be, oh man, we got hundreds of people like on the platform off jump. Like it can happen. We're not saying it can't happen, but sometimes it takes time to build that up. And this YouTube channel is a perfect example of that, and how Nora's running the Culture Fix channel. Because even in the beginning, I was there in the beginning, and there was, it was just a few people chatting it up and stuff like that. And now it's blossomed to a point where even when I opened it the other day, I'm like, there's so many channels, there's so many different conversations going on, but in each channel, in each part of the Discord, that the conversation, the discussion is passionate. It's not just, LOLs and ha-has and stuff like that. It's actual people discussing things. And we, again, like Nora said, we talk about organic engagement, organic followers and stuff like that. So many of you are looking for that, but are still relying on platforms that aren't organic, that are entirely digitally driven by an algorithm. We're watching it now. Again, we watched all these platforms in 24 hours crumble to pieces. And, a platform like Discord allows you to have that actual exchange, that actual discussion, and have your fans participate. It doesn't have to be on a platform where the amount of characters are controlled, or the quality of video, or even the types of discussions are monitored and stuff like that. So yeah, Discord is a really nice platform.
Binac says Culture Fix server brings me some of my I can't even talk, I got so excited. Culture Fix server brings me some of my most joyful moments, which makes me really happy, and I'm so glad to hear that. I think one of the things that you want to create something that people keep coming back to, right? And people keep coming back to things that make them feel good, like this server, like the Culture Fix server. And it's interesting because what Discord and community, and this is really like community building, allows you to do is, as an artist, you center yourself, and then you step back and allow other people to connect outside of you. That's one of the things that we've seen on Culture Fix is people now are connecting outside of me, but connecting on the platform. So then they have their good feelings towards each other. It goes back to, well, we met at Culture Fix. This is because of Culture Fix. And then that's the power. That's really when you start to harness the power of fandom. So I'm curious, like, on servers that you're part of or that you participate in, what are some of the most useful things that you've seen, or things that you really like as a participant, as a community member in those platforms or in those servers?
Right. So I think a lot of it is just like, you can use Discord as like a quicker newsletter in some cases. Like, I think that's what's the coolest part to me is, and Knowledge, the producer, some of y'all might know, he uses Discord a lot, and he'll like, I'm going on stream for a little bit, and just drop a link, and like, boom, you have a bunch of people who saw that in Discord first, and then boom, they hopped into the stream because they're that close, or that relationship is being built between the artist and the fans and stuff like that. And and it's not even just musicians. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers and Twitch streamers that I follow on Discord where it's not as like, I don't know, with Knowledge, like, he drops a link and there's just so many reactions and comments and stuff like that. You can't even sift through what's going on. But there's those smaller communities, more niche communities too, where, some of the Twitch people I watch do more like life sim type stuff, and like, farming sim type games and whatnot. And I still like that when they drop a notification, oh, boom, I know I'm going to see it. Because the thing is, again, there's so many different things going on these platforms that you can't, even the people that you're a fan of, you probably have missed stuff because that's just how the algorithm works and how much stuff is being dropped. But if you're on Discord and you're following the people that you really care about, and you're, again, as you're building your own community and stuff like that, like, when you drop a link, people are actually going to engage and respond and reply and all that stuff, because that's what they're there for. They're not there for literally anything else but you and what your community brings to the table. And so, go ahead.
Well, because I think this is important, right? Discord, depending on the rest of your social media and communication strategy, Discord can fit into it in a multitude of different ways. So for me, for example, I'm so over Instagram. I never want to post another Instagram picture again. Although if you go look today, there's a picture of Push as a pumpkin and it's really cute. But I like don't want to worry about Instagram anymore. And so I use Discord in place of my Instagram in connection with my newsletter. For people who like are just so over, oh, I don't want to be on another social media platform, it's stressing me out. Discord doesn't have the urgency and oh, you got to keep up. So it might make more sense. For other people, Discord can lead them to your social media, like
Exactly.
that Sto said. So you can really think about, so I don't want people to be like, dang, I gotta add a whole other platform and like it's gonna stress me out. That's not what we're saying at all. But there's platforms that you like and there's platforms that you feel like, oh, I just gotta be on it because I gotta be on it. And so what I'm offering you, or what we're offering you, is Discord as another option, so that those platforms that you're like about, you can kind of push out of your rotation, and Discord can come in to either push people in one way or direct them to another. So it fits into your ecosystem of communications and community. It's not a replace, it's not like you got to add this on top of, you can kind of fit it in to see how all the pieces, um, how all those pieces can come together. So, obviously you still want to be strategic, but I just don't want people to feel like this is more work and more stress.
Right.
And really, once you get the Discord going, it's not a lot of work. You don't have
It'll
to.
kind of run itself to an
Yeah,
extent.
it'll run itself. Like, again, I keep using Culture Fix as an example, but people will start generating content. They'll start posting, they'll start sharing, they'll start talking to each other. You can assign roles. This is another great way to build community. You can assign roles. So you have mods or admins or community leaders or whatever you want to call them. So for those super fans who are in there all the time, this is a great way for you to recognize, hey, thank you, I appreciate you. Would you like to like run the server? And if you trust them, they can help you do some of that work where they're posting content and you don't even have to
Right.
think about it. So that piece about like, it's not, I think a lot of people worry about how time and labor intensive it is. And it does really, once you get in the beginning, I think it's important to check in daily. You want to post daily. You want to
Respond to your people.
yeah, definitely respond to everyone. But as it grows, you can take a little bit of a step back, because once your audience is engaged and they've bought in, they'll do a lot of that. And so for me anyways, it's way less intensive than having to worry about like what post, what caption, what hashtags, what
Right.
time, what all that stress. I guess
Right.
just even like talking about it.
Right. The only 2 points I wanted to add before I ask my last question is just like, there's no feed on Discord. So you're not being constantly bombarded with random people's content and stuff that you're not necessarily looking for. It's really just like these, you follow the channels, the servers that you want to be on, and you kind of just hop between those. So there's no like, you have to be constantly looking at all this other stuff. And then lastly, especially when you're first starting off, like give yourself space to experiment.
Yeah.
We've kind of brought this up a couple times in this episode, but like it's okay to build it up. It's not always going to be hundreds of people off rip. It takes some time for people, because the other thing you got to think about is it from your user's perspective. They hop in a room and especially again with Discord, which is a new platform to a lot of people, like it's going to take time for even them to get comfortable. I'm still getting comfortable with Discord. I tell Nora this all the time. And so, let it build up, and you'll see the numbers kind of go up from there. The only other question I wanted to make sure I threw in here before we got out of here is, how exactly do you bring people to Discord? And then how do you cultivate that community that you're really looking for? Because I also think artists will say, I want an organic following, an organic community, but then they have absolutely no idea like what that means.
Can I also add, I think Discord is a great place to do intergenerational work. So, and again, of course, that's depending on your audience, but like I have high school students in the Culture Fix Discord. I have grandparents on the Culture Fix Discord. And so once you teach people how to use the platform, it can really be an interesting kind of melting pot. Sorry, what was your question still?
Just how do you bring people to Discord and then building out that community or like cultivating it, I guess.
Exactly in the same ways that you would do for your newsletter. So
Right.
in your newsletter, talk about your Discord. In your social media, the same way you're like, y'all, you want my newsletter? Candace says, I think being open to teaching makes Discord great. Yeah, absolutely. Today in Candace, I hope you don't mind if I share this. I asked a question in our Discord about how to archive something. And I was like, y'all, who can help me? And Candace was like, screenshot answer, came through with all the information I needed, because that community is there and it is a chance for people to share and exchange information, because there's also no hierarchy on Discord. There's no like, you have 8 gold stars and I have a blue check mark. And so everyone really just comes in equal. And so it creates, I think, a lot of space for people to move from that place of like connection and genuine authenticity.
Right.
But okay, sorry, I love Discord. There's so much to say. But going back to your question, so how do you get people to go on your Discord? In the same way that you're getting them to sign up for your newsletter or you want them to sign up for an event, share the Discord link when you're speaking somewhere, when you're doing a spaces, when you're on Instagram
Right.
Live. It's just constantly saying, hey, we have a Discord. Here's the link. Hey, we have a Discord. And Discord lets you do specific invitation links so you can create that.
Right.
It also lets you create events on Discord so you can invite people to your event. And so rather than doing Zoom or doing, another platform, you can specifically use that to channel people onto your Discord. So next time, maybe instead of doing an Instagram Live Q&A, you do your Q&A on Discord and tell people to tap into that link. So it's a lot of the similar, how to do the promotions piece. It's not different
Right.
what you're doing, except for instead of saying album link or, product or whatever, you're sending people to Discord. Shout out to Serial Sensei who just joined us. Welcome. Never late, always on time. And Candace is saying that when I first started using the platform, it was marketed towards gaming types, but the shift to community has been a game changer, which is, I think, part of the expansion of Discord, where for a long time Discord was for like gamer types. 3 years ago, I never would have even considered getting on Discord. And now, as it is expanding to be more community, partly I think in response to how burnt out people are with the chaos at Twitter and the chaos at Instagram and the chaos at all these other platforms, they want something else. So they're open to a different kind of platform. That community piece, a lot of people who wouldn't have considered it before are considering it now. So it's kind of a good time to channel or guide people because they're already curious, and you say, okay, well, cool, I'll lead the way for you, or I'll give you a destination to go to.
Exactly. The only thing I wanted to just slide in there is just like, if they're subscribed or on or whatever, following your Discord server, when you post, they're going to see it. That's it. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, I don't care where it is. There's like, and especially now, because we'll talk about it when I think I want to do a episode on like the catastrophe that has happened these last 24 hours. But like when you post on Discord, people see that.
Which one? Sorry, I'm like, which
one? Right, which one? Exactly. And so when you post on Discord, the people that are on there, they see it no matter what. And again, if they're subscribed to it already, like they're already like passionate about what you're doing and want to be involved and want to engage. So take advantage of
that. And remember, and I think Sto mentioned this earlier, y'all give yourself permission to play around.
Yeah, an experiment for sure.
Experiment, like get on a couple Discords, come hang out, see how we do the Culture Fix Discord, find your favorite artist. And I will say as far as I know, a lot of like big artists aren't using Discord. So there's an opportunity here that's not like you're not competing against the big marketing budgets and the big companies. You're really in a space with other artists and creatives and gamers and communities like yours. So there's not a ton of like, it's not competitive at all.
It's not because the names are there. Like, yeah, like your T-Pains are using it. You got like, again, knowledge, like the big, some bigger names are using it, but it's not, it doesn't matter. Like there's no like, you're not dealing with this influx of users that are seeing all these different servers and being bombarded with, oh no, I don't know who I should be following or who I should be subscribed to. Like there's none of that. So it's just, if you get them on the platform and they're able to see what's going on, like boom, they're in there. There's none of this. There's not as many distractions. And I think that's so important. Like, yes, Twitter, Instagram, all these other platforms, they're bigger or whatever. But when you're able to get a supporter into your own server and communicate with them directly, you're going to see the engagement and that you want to see. Like, I feel like so many of us, whether in the music space or whatever, are looking for this next level of engagement, but are expecting these platforms to provide that. That's never going to happen. They do not care about us. They will never care about us. Not saying that Discord does, but it's at least an alternative to where you can build what you want to see. It's not about, oh, well, I got to structure my Discord like this other person. No, you don't have to do that. You can build the community that you want to see, the one that you want to get involved with and stuff like that. So
Candace is sharing, I love when I read all my Discord messages and then close the app, no distractions.
Right.
It really is like, like I wish we could have screen shared, but basically like you get on Discord, all the different servers that you're in are kind of to the side or however you have it set up. And you can pick and you're like, oh, today I want to go to Culture Fix. All right, tomorrow, oh, let me go see now what's happening in office hours. It's literally in your control rather than an algorithm saying, look here, look here, look here, look here. And so you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go and where you want to spend your time and how much time you want to spend there. And then when you, as Candace just said, when you close it out, no distractions. So right. I hope what you take away from our conversation today is that the community building is key, and that Discord kind of puts all the tools in one place.
Right.
And give yourself permission to kind of be curious and experiment. And maybe you check it out. You're like, not right now, maybe later. We just want to inform you, let you know that there's another platform out there. And so this is kind of our intro to Discord. If you have any questions or things that as you're getting into it, drop those in the comments below. We'll always come back. We check for these episodes all the time. Well, happy to answer them. So Serial Sensei is sharing what we had touched on, that your fans can interact among each other even when you're not on. Final words, though?
Like Nora said, give it a shot, give it a chance, experiment. Even if you want to observe for a little bit, like we're not, all this stuff. You don't have to get it all set up and figured out in 24 hours or even this week, month for that matter. But it's a really useful platform to get in front of your audience, to get in front of the people that actually care about what you're doing. A lot's going on outside. I feel like take care of yourself, breathe, drink some water, do something that you enjoy, try to get some rest. I just feel like there's stuff all over the place and it's very easy to get distracted and caught up in it. It's okay to do for yourself.
Like this episode, share this episode, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We'll be back in 2 weeks with an episode that was actually requested by folks around professionalism. And professionalism in music and this work that we do, which I think will be a good episode. As always, we're here if you have any questions. And y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll see you next time.
Word up. Peace. Bye.